everybody, Gary here with Guitar Tricks, and in this lesson we're going to go over dynamics. So how to add dynamics into your single note lines, into your strumming, into your finger picking. So dynamics is just the variation between loud and soft. Just like when we speak, sometimes we're loud, sometimes we're soft. If you look at a waveform of someone speaking, you know, it goes up and down in volume. So we want to do the same thing with our guitar playing to add some contrast, to add some variation, to make it sound more expressive. So there's some technical exercises we could do to develop that, and also some creative exercises. So we're going to go over all of that, but before we get into the lesson, please go ahead and click subscribe so that you get all of the latest and greatest content from Guitar Tricks, and if you want to be notified of any new lesson, be sure to tap the bell. So let's first start with a little bit of a technical exercise, and then we'll get more into the creative side of it. So a good thing to do is have a metronome. Right now I've got a foot tambourine. I like to use this when I'm practicing. It's always good to be able to tap your foot no matter what you're playing to the beat. It means that you're independently aware of the beat while you're creating your own rhythms and stuff. So that's a good thing to develop. And if you have a tambo toe, you'll know if you're doing it or not, right? Because if it was just my carpet, I might lose track. But this tambourine, it lets me know when I get off beat. All right, so I'm gonna keep this beat as if it's a metronome. And first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take the A minor scale, first position of the A minor scale, and I'm going to go up and down the scale. I'm going to go up and down the scale, and every time beat 1 happens, I'm going to play it loud, and then the other beats I'm going to play very soft. So check it out. A 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. I'm going to try it on 1 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. I'm going to try it on 1 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. 4 and 1 and 2 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Right? I'm going to try it on the end of 2 and the end of 4. Watch this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Right? So you can do that on any beat. I'm going to do 1 and 2 and soft, 3 and 4 and hard. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Cool, right? Let's try it on a D chord. And I'm going to do a strumming pattern. I'm going to go down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. And I'm going to accent on 2 and 4. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3. So when we accent, we can do a bit of a bigger motion and go faster through the strings. And when we're going softer, we're going slower through the strings and a smaller motion. You see the accent, I really have that hammer action, but the soft ones, it's just a softer Gumby wrist. and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. So there's a few things we could do to help make our softs softer and our louds pop more. So one of them is palm muting. If we put our palm right where the strings meet the bridge, we can really make the note quieter and make it die faster. So if I play that whole A minor scale, you see the notes, they die and they're softer, as opposed to, no matter how soft I go, they kind of ring out. But here, you see that? So you want to find that sweet spot. If you're too far away from the bridge this way, there's no note. And if you're too far this way, you're not doing anything. So it's finding that sweet spot. And it's kind of the karate chop part of your hand. That's where you want it to be. Now another thing we can do to make the loud ones pop and kind of stand on their own is play them staccato. So that means you play it and then lift up the pressure. So I'm going to do staccato accented notes on 2 and 4, and then palm muted notes on all the other beats through the A minor scale again. A 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Alright, so now let's take it over to creative exercises. So the first exercise, we're going to riff in A minor, and we're going to break our improv into phrases. You know, short, sweet phrases. Ba-ga-da-ba-dee-ba-doo, ba-da-ba-za-ba-jee-ba-ja, blah-ba-da-ba-doo-ba-doo. And one note in that's going to be loud. So like, ba-da-ba-da-da-da, see-ba-dee-bo, ba-ja, one note is going to be louder than the others in each phrase. A 1, 2, 3. Right? Now I'm just going to do it freely. I'm going to riff in A minor, and I'm just going to focus on varying my dynamics, adding palm muting, loud, soft, staccato. 1, 2, 3. So another good way to develop your dynamics is to just test the limits. How soft can you actually play and get sounds that you're looking for? So again, with that A minor scale, let's just go as soft as possible first. So So one of the things about playing soft is any of the string noise you hear is amplified, because now it's almost at the same level as the note, whereas it was hidden below. So you really have to be careful with your technique. And then how loud? Another thing is you get greater dynamics out of your fingers, right? Because you got flesh and nail. You could experiment with both. You could do some flesh on the thumb, but nail on the other fingers. And you just have more finer control, right? So I'm gonna do the same exercise. Here's soft with the thumb, for instance. The great jazz guitarist Wes Montgomery played with his thumb, and the reason why was he lived in a small apartment building with thin walls, and he got home late from work. He either didn't want to wake up his family or his neighbors. I forgot exactly which one. Google the story, but so he would play with his thumb because it was softer than, right? One thing I like to do is alternate between my thumb and my pointer finger. Cool thing is when you're playing lines like this, you can make big jumps from string to string. Right now I have a long nail on my index finger and no nail on my thumb, so I'm going to get a softer sound from a thumb and louder sound from the index finger. So like, all right, everybody, I hope that lesson was helpful. So this is something you could just mess around with in your practice routine. When you're soloing, just think about dynamics. Like have that light bulb go off in your head like, I'm running out of ideas. Let me just play around with dynamics. Let that be kind of like your North Star. You're trying to create a story using volume more than say rhythm or melody, right? Because there's all these different elements of music, and some players focus on one more than others. Some people might be known especially for their dynamics. Like one player that I love that has great dynamics is Julian Lage. He's a jazz guitar player, also plays other styles, but you'll see he goes from really soft and sweet to loud and aggressive, all sometimes within the same phrase. Some players are known just for their funky rhythm. Some players are known for their beautiful lyricism and melody, right? So these are different things we can incorporate to help come up with new ideas and expand our palette and our approach to improvisation and to playing. All right, everybody, happy playing. If you want to learn more about playing guitar, head over to guitartricks.com, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Take care.